Summary and review of Lawrence Lessig's remix, Making Art and Commerce Thrive in the Hybrid Economy. Introduction. Lawrence Lessig's remix, Making Art and Commerce Thrive in the Hybrid Economy, is a thought-provoking exploration of the tension between traditional copyright laws and the emerging culture of remixing in the digital age. Lessig, a prominent legal scholar and advocate for internet freedom, delves into how digital technologies have empowered individuals to create, share, and transform content in ways that challenge conventional notions of authorship and ownership. The book presents a compelling argument for rethinking intellectual property laws to accommodate the realities of a digital participatory culture. The rise of remix culture. Lessig begins by examining the rise of remix culture, a phenomenon where individuals use existing creative works to produce new content. This culture is largely driven by the proliferation of digital tools and platforms that make it easy for people to remix, mash up, and share content. From amateur videos on YouTube to fanfiction and music remixes, the act of remixing has become a widespread form of creative expression. Lessig distinguishes between two types of cultures: read-only (RO) culture and read/write (RW) culture. RO culture is characterized by passive consumption, where individuals consume content created by others without modifying it. RW culture, on the other hand, is participatory and interactive, encouraging users to engage with and transform content. Lessig argues that the internet has catalyzed the shift from RO to RW culture, empowering ordinary people to become creators and not just consumers of media. The hybrid economy. A central theme in Remix is the concept of the hybrid economy, which Lessig defines as an economy that combines elements of both commercial and sharing economies. In the traditional commercial economy, goods and services are exchanged for money, and intellectual property is protected by strict copyright laws. In the sharing economy, value is created through the free exchange of ideas, collaboration, and community-driven innovation. Lessig argues that the digital age has given rise to a hybrid economy, where commercial interests coexist with a vibrant culture of sharing and collaboration. Platforms like YouTube, Wikipedia, and Creative Commons exemplify this hybrid model, where content is freely shared and remixed, yet there are also opportunities for monetization and commercial gain. The author emphasizes that the hybrid economy is not about the rejection of commercial interests, but rather about finding a balance that allows both art and commerce to thrive. He explores how businesses can benefit from embracing remix culture by fostering communities of users who create derivative works that enhance the value of the original content. Copyright law and its discontents. A significant portion of the book is devoted to critiquing current copyright laws, which Lessig argues are outdated and ill-suited to the digital age. He contends that these laws were designed for a time when copying and distributing content was difficult and expensive. In today's world, where digital copies can be made and shared instantly, these laws are often seen as restrictive and counterproductive. Lessig discusses how copyright laws have expanded over time, granting creators and corporations longer and broader control over their works. This expansion has led to what he describes as a permission culture, where individuals must seek permission before using or transforming existing works. He argues that this culture stifles creativity and innovation, as it discourages people from engaging with and building upon existing content. The book also highlights the challenges that copyright laws pose for young people, who are often the most active participants in remix culture. Lessig points out that many young creators are unaware of the legal risks they face when remixing content, and that the threat of legal action can have a chilling effect on creativity. Fair use and the need for reform. One of the key solutions that Lessig proposes is the expansion and clarification of fair use provisions in copyright law. Fair use allows for the limited use of copyrighted material without permission, typically for purposes such as criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. However, the boundaries of fair use are often unclear, leading to uncertainty and risk for creators. Lessig argues for a more flexible and expansive interpretation of fair use, one that better reflects the realities of digital creativity. He advocates for legal reforms that would make it easier for individuals to remix content without fear of legal repercussions, provided that their use is transformative and does not harm the market for the original work. The book also discusses the importance of Creative Commons licenses, which allow creators to voluntarily grant certain usage rights to others. These licenses provide a legal framework for sharing and remixing content while respecting the creator's rights. Lessig sees Creative Commons as a crucial tool for fostering a more open and participatory culture. The impact on education and learning. Lessig explores the implications of remix culture and copyright law for education and learning. He argues that remixing is a powerful educational tool, allowing students to engage with content in creative and meaningful ways. By transforming and reinterpreting existing works, students can develop critical thinking skills and gain a deeper understanding of the material. However, restrictive copyright laws can hinder the use of digital tools and resources in education. Teachers and students may be reluctant to use copyrighted materials for fear of legal repercussions, limiting their ability to engage with content in innovative ways. Lessig calls for reforms that would allow for greater flexibility in the use of copyrighted materials in educational settings, particularly for non-commercial purposes. The moral dimension of remix culture. Lessig also addresses the moral and ethical considerations surrounding remix culture. He acknowledges that some creators and copyright holders feel that remixing undermines their rights and devalues their work. However, he argues that remix culture is not about theft or piracy, but rather about creative engagement and dialogue. The book highlights the difference between piracy for profit and non-commercial remixing. Lessig is careful to distinguish between those who illegally profit from the unauthorized distribution of copyrighted material and those who remix content as a form of personal expression or community building. He argues that the latter should be encouraged, not penalized, as it contributes to the richness and diversity of culture. Lessig also emphasizes the importance of respecting the rights and intentions of original creators. He advocates for a culture of attribution and acknowledgement, where remixers give credit to the creators of the original works they use. This respect for authorship, combined with more flexible copyright laws, can create a balanced environment where both original creators and remixers can thrive. Case studies and real-world examples. Throughout Remix, Lessig provides numerous case studies and real-world examples that illustrate the impact of remix culture and the challenges of copyright law. These examples range from amateur creators on platforms like YouTube and Tumblr to high-profile legal battles involving major corporations and artists. One notable example is the case of Girl Talk, a musical artist who creates mashups by combining samples from different songs. Despite the transformative nature of his work, Girl Talk operates in a legal gray area, as the use of these samples without permission technically violates copyright law. Lessig uses this case to highlight the need for legal reforms that recognize the value of transformative works and provide clearer guidelines for fair use. Another example is the rise of fan fiction, where fans create their own stories based on existing characters and worlds. Fan fiction has become a thriving subculture, with millions of participants worldwide. However, it also exists in a legally precarious space, as fan fiction often involves the unauthorized use of copyrighted characters and settings. Lessig argues that fan fiction is a legitimate form of creative expression that should be supported rather than suppressed. The future of creativity and commerce. In the final chapters of Remix, Lessig looks to the future, considering how the relationship between art and commerce might evolve in the digital age. He argues that the future of creativity depends on finding a balance between protecting the rights of creators and allowing for the free flow of ideas and innovation. Lessig envisions a future where the hybrid economy flourishes, with both commercial and sharing cultures coexisting and mutually reinforcing each other. He believes that businesses can benefit from embracing remix culture, as it can lead to increased engagement, brand loyalty, and even new revenue streams. The author also calls for greater public awareness and education about copyright issues. He believes that by understanding the complexities of copyright law and the value of remix culture, people can make more informed decisions about how they create, share, and consume content. Lessig emphasizes that the future of creativity is not just a legal or economic issue, but a cultural one that requires a collective rethinking of our values and priorities. Review: a thought-provoking and timely work. Remix: Making Art and Commerce Thrive in the Hybrid Economy is a compelling and thought-provoking book that challenges conventional thinking about copyright, creativity, and commerce in the digital age. Lawrence Lessig's arguments are well-reasoned and supported by a wealth of examples and case studies that illustrate the real-world implications of the issues he discusses. One of the book's greatest strengths is its ability to make complex legal and economic concepts accessible to a broad audience. Lessig writes with clarity and passion, making a persuasive case for the need to rethink our approach to intellectual property in the digital era. His vision of a hybrid economy, where commercial and sharing cultures coexist, is both realistic and inspiring. Lessig's critique of current copyright laws is particularly compelling. He effectively demonstrates how these laws, which were designed for a different era, are increasingly out of step with the realities of digital culture. His call for legal reforms, including a more expansive interpretation of fair use and the promotion of Creative Commons licenses, is both timely and necessary. However, the book also raises important questions about the balance between protecting creators' rights and fostering a culture of sharing and collaboration. Lessig is careful not to dismiss the concerns of copyright holders, and he advocates for a respectful and ethical approach to remixing that acknowledges the contributions of original creators. The book's exploration of the moral and ethical dimensions of remix culture adds depth to the discussion, highlighting the importance of attribution and respect for authors' hip. Lessig emphasizes that remix culture should not be seen as a form of theft or disrespect, but rather as a way of engaging with and building upon existing works. He advocates for a culture of mutual respect, where remixers and original creators recognize and value each other's contributions. Challenges and criticisms. While Remix offers a compelling vision for the future of creativity and commerce, it is not without its challenges and criticisms. One of the main criticisms is that Lessig's vision of a hybrid economy might be overly optimistic, particularly given the entrenched interests of major corporations and the complex legal landscape. Critics argue that achieving the balance Lessig advocates for between commercial interests and sharing cultures may be more difficult than he suggests, especially in an environment where copyright infringement is heavily policed and litigation is common. Additionally, some critics have pointed out that while Lessig emphasizes the importance of fair use and Creative Commons, these solutions may not fully address the complexities of copyright in the digital age. The boundaries of fair use are often vague and open to interpretation, which can lead to legal uncertainty for creators. Moreover, while Creative Commons licenses offer flexibility, they are still based on the existing copyright framework, which some argue is fundamentally flawed. There is also the question of how Lessig's ideas apply globally. The book primarily focuses on the U.S. legal system, but copyright laws and cultural attitudes toward intellectual property vary widely around the world. Implementing the kind of reforms Lessig proposes may be challenging in countries with different legal traditions and economic conditions. Conclusion: a vision for the future. Despite these challenges, Remix, Making Art and Commerce Thrive in the Hybrid Economy is a significant and thought-provoking contribution to the ongoing debate about copyright, creativity, and digital culture. Lessig's arguments are rooted in a deep understanding of both the legal and cultural dimensions of the issue, and his vision for a hybrid economy offers a hopeful and pragmatic way forward. The book serves as a call to action for creators, consumers, policymakers, and educators to rethink the way we approach intellectual property in the digital age. Lessig urges us to embrace the opportunities presented by digital technologies while also recognizing the need for a legal framework that supports creativity, innovation, and respect for creators' rights. Remix is not just a book about copyright law, it is a broader commentary on the relationship between technology, culture, and society. It challenges us to consider how we can create a more open, participatory, and collaborative world, where creativity can thrive in all its forms. Final thoughts. For readers interested in the intersection of law, technology, and culture, Remix is an essential read. Lessig's insights into the dynamics of remix culture and the hybrid economy are both timely and relevant, offering valuable perspectives for anyone engaged in creative work or concerned about the future of intellectual property. The book's clear and accessible writing style makes it approachable for a wide audience, from legal scholars to everyday creators and consumers. Whether you are a musician, writer, artist, or simply someone who enjoys participating in digital culture, Remix offers a rich and nuanced exploration of the challenges and opportunities that define the creative landscape of the 21st century. In conclusion, Lawrence Lessig's Remix is a powerful and persuasive work that challenges us to rethink the way we view creativity, ownership, and collaboration in the digital age. It is a book that inspires reflection and discussion, and it provides a compelling vision for how art and commerce can not only coexist but thrive together in the hybrid economy.